Scent Blocker presents Whitetail Frenzy.
This week to hunt with Helene Lake Outfitters. Now we got a whole crew of country boys from West Virginia headed to Canada on this week's show. There is no telling what might happen. This isn't your average hunting show, and hunting isn't our full-time occupation. We have families, full-time jobs, and face the same struggles as many of you. Months of scouting and preparation for a single short moment in time. That moment when you can't control your breathing and your heart is pounding out of your chest.
Whitetail Frenzy is brought to you by Scent Blocker, Elite Archery, the world's most shootable bow, Dual Game Calls, get real, get dual, Camex Crossbows, built like no other.
When I think of giant whitetails, the first place that comes to mind is Saskatchewan, Canada, and that's where we're headed this week to hunt with Helene Lake Outfitters. Now we got a whole crew of country boys from West Virginia headed to Canada on this week's show. There is no telling what might happen.
I mean, it's like a kid in a candy store.
Well, y'all ready to stay for another night?
Why did you not get your stuff?
I didn't have it.
I mean, you know, you're in Saskatchewan, you're thinking about big deer, you're ready to get out there, and they can't even find my luggage.
You're joking, right?
No, they don't have it.
I thought you called and they said...
I called this morning and asked them and said, you know, about the luggage, and they said they took it off because of the weight issues. And then when I talked to the lady, she said, yeah, they scanned it to put it on, but never put it on. There were 6 bags over there that got brought in.
Is he joking?
No.
So
My bag, Jeff's bag, and Dee's bag's not there.
Man.
The 2 other guys that we met, their bags aren't there either.
When's it going to be there?
Hopefully 4 o'clock. They said that they actually scheduled for a bigger plane to put everybody's stuff on. So I stopped and got some jerky, got some Mountain Dew. Hey,
Was the plane
relax.
Was the plane this morning full or something again? And
no, it wasn't this morning. It was last night. The plane got there last night, and that's where all the baggage was supposed to be. Only 6 bags got put on that plane extra. So they scanned them, but they never put them on the plane.
Well, so much for hunting today.
Hey, I got something to eat. Y'all just settle in, boys, relax. We're going to be here for a while.
So yeah, things got started off a little rocky once we got into Canada, but they were about to get a whole lot worse. The hotel was literally flooding.
And you can't make this up. A flooded hotel room, pipes bursting. I mean, come on, it's got to get better.
Luckily, we had all of our camera gear up high off the floor, and none of it was damaged, and they were able to move us to the other side of the hotel in an area where it wasn't flooding.
I gotta get some rattling antlers, and I want to look at those socks.
I'm getting dopey thermos socks right now.
So you want to look at the socks first?
He said he just came in. I'll put it back. Well, we got our bags finally. We're headed north for about an hour and a half. And I hate it's not going to see that beautiful drive, but that's all right.
Oh my God, we finally got our luggage. Holy crap. We're supposed to be on the road hours ago.
tradition every firearm season. Kenny and I, when we were young kids, we were in Gilmer County, West Virginia, Thanksgiving week. I mean, just absolutely so excited to get in the woods and go out and kill something. We were just, I mean, ecstatic. We had a tradition, you know, when we hunted with guns, we had a tradition, and it worked every single year. It worked. I mean, I can't remember for how many years I went straight in a row and killed a deer opening day, and I think it was because of this tradition. So I'm going to carry it on into Canada right now because I'm hunting with a firearm, even though he's hunting with a bow. I'm going to let him do it. Something we've done as kids every year since I don't know how long. Okay, it's kind of whatever, but it excites me, and I'm going to keep doing it to this day and probably till the day I die. I'm going to let him pick the lucky bullet that I'm going to use tomorrow and knock down a big whitetail. All right, buddy. Here it is, man.
I'm picking the lucky
You
bullet.
gotta pick the lucky bullets. Here it is.
I already see it.
You can't shoot that one.
I already see it.
Oh,
Right
oh,
here.
let's see.
Here it is. This bullet, 7mm Magnum, Federal Fusion, is gonna kill a giant. That's it, buddy.
That's the lucky bullet right there.
That's
I'm
it.
keeping it out. All right, there you go.
That's it.
Traditions. That's what this is all about. Family traditions.
Whitetail Frenzy is brought to you by Rambo Bikes and X-Stand Tree Stands, Slick Trick Broadheads, the original all-steel broadhead, Slash Arrows with integrated blade technology. Order using promo code Whitetail Frenzy. Custom bow equipment, competition-inspired hunting sights, covert scouting cameras. Size does matter. Custard Stand, the world's finest ready-to-eat hot dog chili. Hatfield McCoy Trails, offering some of the best off-road trail systems on Earth.
Was the first morning in Saskatchewan here with the Laney Lake Outfitters. It's our first set. We're set up in a ground blind overlooking this little valley. The wind's blowing like crazy today. We've already seen 3 deer. Highway's about 200 yards behind us. You can hear them back there. But from here out for miles and miles, it's just a really dense forest. Some great bucks in here. So hopefully we can get lucky and tag out on day 1. We're in Saskatchewan, baby, and I am excited. 2 reasons. There's monster deer here, and I got my son on the camera. See this right here? Getting loaded, baby, I'm ready. First morning set, I'm pumped. You know, Kenny, he's under the ground blind. Bless his heart. He's hunting with no heater and just in a pop-up ground blind with bow hunting. It's going to be tough, but I think he can get it done. Man, Chili Man D is actually hunting in a blind that I tagged out into years ago, and it's called the Jack Pine stand. It's just phenomenal stand. So I'm really hoping the D tags out. My buddy Jeff, first time in Saskatchewan for a D and Jeff, and I'm just really excited for those guys to get up here and experience it. But I'm settled in. I got daylight now. I got some shooting light. I got camera light. It's real exciting up here. You just never know what you're going to see. So. May see a big whitetail, may see a big muley, may see a big moose, who knows? So I gotta get back in this heater bodysuit though and try to get warmed up. It's definitely chilly out here.
These sets are so long, especially for me. You know, they didn't have many bow blinds set up. Everything was set up for a gun, so I didn't have a lot of options. I wasn't seeing any big bucks, and I wasn't seeing a whole lot of deer, to be honest. And to sit there from before daylight until dark in sub-freezing weather, I mean, they were the longest sets ever. So after sitting in the stand for days with no luck, Jeff Bella, he had already killed a Saskatchewan 8-point, and he got another tag to go out and try to do some spot and stalk mule deer hunting. So Jeff is headed out. I'm not having any luck, so I send Dave with Jeff that day, hoping that they were going to have some better action than I'd been having. Yeah.
We're here with Helene Lake Outfitters, and we have been doing spot and stalk on these mule deers. It's 8 o'clock this morning, and finally, it's paid off after a long day of it, and we've laid one down here, a big mature old mule deer. We did about a 1,000-yard stalk on him, and can't say enough about how good this guy right here beside him is. Stuart Thomas.
Relentless.
He has spotted mule deer at 1,000 yards. They look like a little dot out there, and he'd be like, that's a doe. Or he'd say that was a buck. And deer that we couldn't even see, he was pointing them out to us. They do amazing stuff out here. But truly thankful and blessed.
Yeah.
This is definitely a big boy here, and I'm excited. It's my first mule deer and my first trip up here.
Well, congratulations.
Day 5. All day sets. Boy, it's been exciting, but it's getting down to crunch time now. Stress levels are getting higher. So we're going to go out. Another all day set. Got some frigid temperatures this morning. It's 6 degrees. High today's like 21. So stay with us. Saskatchewan, Canada, baby. You want him? Yeah. 0 to hero. So never give up on your hunts. It's our 5th day. We got one more day. And you know, you start getting stressed and worried. And I was actually texting a friend of mine, telling him that, you know, that I'd saw several deer and just no shooters. And man, looked up, there he was, standing right in the middle of the bait. Wow, the blood's all over.
Chili Man, you smoked him, brother. Congrats on your first Saskatchewan whitetail.
Oh, what a day, man. What a day. We have been beat down today.
Yeah.
Whitetail Frenzy is brought to you by Scott Releases, the #1 name in the release game. Whitetail Trail Mix. Go to whitetailtrailmix.com to find your closest dealer. Lethal Addiction Mineral and Attractant. Warner Law Offices. Call 304-345-6789. Peanut Addiction. The addiction is real. Cirrus Wind Indicator. Order at cirrusoutdoors.com using promo code Whitetail Frenzy. Whitetail Frenzy is also brought to you by the following partners.
Well, once again, if you follow our show, you know that D, the Chili Man Calgar, he's going to get it done.
All right, guys, here we are at Helene Lake Outfitters with Dusty. Thank you so much, man. I'm telling you, buddy. This is a great place. We're in Saskatchewan, Canada, and Dusty told me it takes patience. Be patient, be patient. He said the bucks are there. I had faith. You know, it's our 5th day, and the stress levels were growing, but here's my buck, and I cannot be more
excited.
So like me, Aaron had been hunting day after day, and he just wasn't seeing any shooters. So they decided to change it up a little bit, go driving around, try to spot some deer, and they spotted 2 good bucks from the road. Ended up getting out. The bucks were fighting. It was game on. Aaron and Dave were headed after this buck, and hopefully they can get in range and pull off a shot.
That's the doe right there. That's the doe right there. Just went through. Here's the buck. Yeah, they're fighting. Come on. We finally spot this big boy. He's got a doe pinned up, and there's another buck actually making his way into the woodlot, and when he does, it is chaos. I got one of them right here. I can shoot one of them. The one broadside. The one broadside. I only see one. I see one right at the woodline. Oh, I see the other one. Okay, hold on. Hold on, the front one's coming out. Oh, the front one is coming out. He's running. The doe finally makes a break out of the woodlot, headed to the next woodlot. I know right now it's now or never. You got the front one? You do? Yes. Got him. I hit him. Watch him. I'm gonna shoot him again if I can. Watch him there. Just pulled it off last minute. I think we've just pulled it off, baby, because there goes the doe and there goes the little buck. I'm pretty sure the big buck that I shot went in that bush right there and laid down. That's why you come to Saskatchewan. Oh, God, Charlie. Oh, Charlie. Oh, Jesus, Charlie horse. All right, well, it's last day. I mean, we were down to the last day, the last evening. It's probably 1 o'clock. We got to fly out in the morning, and we just Stu here, he made it happen. He said, okay, keep the faith, keep the faith. And we just kept looking and looking, and finally we spotted this buck going into one of those little draws, like in a small woodlot. And I was like, I think it's a pretty good buck. We kept trying to look, and Stu said, yeah, I think that's a shooter. And we got a little closer, and then also when we got closer, we seen another buck that was bedded down on the other side of the woodlot. Well, it stood up, and then it was chaos. Those 2 bucks went at it. Dave was like, I could hear them fighting, and we was trying to get down, get closer to get a better shot at it. And you know, once they got done fighting, they came out, and they were standing about 10 yards apart. I kept asking Dave if he's on him. He's like, which one? Which one? I never seen the other buck after they fought. I didn't know he was standing right there also. And then this big boy right here, he stood there and turned up and looked up at us. When I seen the spread on him, I mean, I couldn't pass him up. He was just last day and just had me fired up. So, oh, we got it done, Stu. Got it done. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. So, we've had a great week here. Great week. It's just been a lot of good adventures, a lot of big bucks. Just happy to get it done on the last day.
Well, my trip just keeps getting better and better. I'm sitting beside the road and have been for over an hour now. It's the last day of my hunt. I'm supposed to get picked up here around 1 o'clock, and we were going to take a rifle out, put down the elite bow, and go try to do a spot one and do a spot and stalk and try to knock one down here on the last afternoon. But now it's after 2 o'clock. Now I'm down to just a little over 3 hours of camera light left, and I'm sitting here beside the road. I'm freezing too. The wind's blowing, and I'm not inside that blind, so I'm kind of out in the elements. I'm not sure what's going on. Hopefully nothing bad's happened. I don't have cell phone service. Sitting beside the road. Things aren't getting any better for me. Hopefully they get here soon, and maybe I get a little bit of time to get out this afternoon and try to close the deal. I don't know, but not looking good.
I am the only one headed back to West Virginia without a deer.
That don't happen. That don't happen very much.
It happened on this trip. I got skunked. I didn't even get to pull back the bow.
Yeah, but you know what? When you hunt like we do, and you're after, you know, the upper class, the mature deer, that's going to happen.
I didn't even see the middle class.
You know, it was tough. It was just a tough hunt. We hunted daylight after dark, Saskatchewan, you know, and we really didn't see those big boys, the big mature deer on their feet. And I, you know, got to thinking, I don't know if it was lockdown or what it was, but we just weren't seeing them. We know they're there. You know, the cameras said they were there, just they weren't showing up.
Well, you know the best part though about this trip is we've been to Saskatchewan before. We've killed some giant bucks up there, but we got to see our good buddy the Chili Man go to Saskatchewan for his first ever trip, and he knocked down a buck. And then our longtime friend Jeff Bella, not only did he knock down a whitetail, but he knocked down one heck of a mule deer as well.
Yeah, it's so exciting to see someone go to Saskatchewan for the first time. You know, let them view it, let them see the environment, what these deer live in, day out, just to survive, to get to that upper class.
Yeah, and you know, it was one heck of a trip, but things really took a turn for the worst when we got home. For those of you to follow Whitetail Frenzy, shortly after we got back, Aaron and our dad, he got pretty bad, and we lost our dad. He passed away. You know, the man that really, you know, molded us into who we are today, and played a major role in introducing us to the outdoors. And then you got Jeff Bella, which his dad was so happy and about everything we've accomplished with Whitetail Frenzy, but he was so proud about this hunt, about Jeff getting to go with us and just telling everybody, you know, that was going to be on national TV and how cool it was. And then just a few hours, or not a few hours, but a few months after we lost our dad, Jeff unexpectedly lost his father as well.
Yeah, and I know that it weighed heavy on Jeff's mind, and he was excited for his dad to see this hunt. But you know, as a believer in faith, I know that you know, Dave and our dad, both of them are up there in heaven right now watching this show and just smiling.
Yeah, saying, you know, our boys did pretty good. They're probably patting each other on the back right now. Probably making fun of me because I'm the only one that didn't kill a deer.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you're the topic of most jokes.
I'm sure. But hey, thank you all for watching another episode of Whitetail Frenzy. This was a special episode for us. Great trip with some great friends. Be sure to go to Facebook. Look up Whitetail Frenzy. Give us a like. Let us know what you thought of the episode. And make sure you tune in same time, same place next week.